2025 is going to be your year where you finally make your travel dreams a reality. I'm going to show you how to manifest your best 2025 travel year yet. My name is Gabby. I have been solo traveling for the past 4 years, and I'm also the founder of an online travel community called Females Flying Solo. And honestly, I am so proud of the fact that all of my dream travel manifestations that I've always wanted have come true, and I'm finally sharing the exact steps that I do on a regular basis to genuinely get everything that I want when it comes to travel and also kind of life. Females Flying Solo is a travel community where we help women make friends and travel the world and become more confident travelers. We also organize female-only group trips to some really cool bucket list places all over the world. So if you're interested in coming on a trip with us, then I'm going to link down below all of our destinations so you can check them out. My manifestation journey started around 4 years ago, which is exactly when I kind of began solo traveling. And since then, it has honestly just changed my life because I have been to some places that I would never in a million of years have been able to see, or like I just dreamed about, and they just seemed so out of reach and impossible to travel to. But I honestly have manifested everything I've wanted. I girl bossed my dreams so hard that I genuinely built a whole company out of helping women travel and achieve the same dreams that I achieved myself. So I've built a company that actually not only allows me to travel and make my dreams come true, but other women as well. If you want to learn how you can manifest the ability to travel anywhere in the fucking world in just 5 easy steps, this video is exactly for you. So let's get into it. Step 1 is you want to reflect on the previous year with gratitude. The with gratitude part is so important. How the fuck do you expect the universe to reward you with your travel dreams when you can't even appreciate everything that you have in this exact moment? Reflection and appreciation of how far you've come is honestly such a key and important aspect of being able to manifest everything that you actually want in the future. And it's actually also the key to true growth and abundance in not just your travel, but like life in general. So what I want you to do is in step 1 is look back on the whole of your 2024. Open up your phone, open up your camera roll, and for each month, go through all of your photos and write down all of your highlights and everything that you are grateful for. Be so happy for the past experiences, no matter how small they are. Even if it was just sitting and reading a book in a cafe by yourself, that is such an incredible experience. So please be grateful for all of those small moments. Even if you were just sitting on the bus, took a selfie on your way to work, just be grateful for that moment. Be grateful that you have the ability to know how to use public transport to get to work, that you have access to public transport to get to work. Just be grateful for all of those small moments. And after you have expressed gratitude, you want to think about everything else. But really, you want to truly reflect on all the challenges that you've overcome, the bits of the year that were hard, what you learned about yourself, and the growth that you experienced. Did you make any mistakes? What did you learn from them? What can you take in from that year into this year? Was there any experiences that stand out that truly made you a better person? Be grateful for all the highs and all the lows. Step 2, you want to get really super clear on your vision, because if you are not clear on your vision, clarity is like such a magic key to manifestation. If you're vague on what you want, then the universe will never be able to figure out exactly what it needs to give you. Saying that you want to travel more in 2025 is like putting on a blindfold on your eyes, picking up a dart and just throwing it at a board. You're probably going to hit something, but it's not going to be exactly what you want. When you're clear on your vision, you're naturally making actions that aligns with your goals and with the vision that you see. If you know the vision and if you're clear enough on that vision, you'll be able to spot opportunities in your every single day life that help bring you closer towards that vision and reject the ones that do not. And you're going to do much better than just travel more or just go to Thailand. Okay, think about exactly where you want to go. Are you in Thailand, sipping a coconut on the beach? How does that feel? What temperature is it? Be super clear and super specific. Think about all of your 5 senses. You really want to be including all of your 5 senses in your vision. Sit down and visualize on this, write it out in a journal, whatever works for you. So just really think about the kind of experiences that you want to have throughout the year, not just going to Thailand and taking that off your country, because you know what, if you're not clear on your vision, yeah, that trip to Thailand might come true, might not come true exactly how you want it to. It might not be as beautiful and as magical as you really truly want it to be because you were not clear on what you actually wanted to do in Thailand. So I will give you an example. One of my goals that I've always wanted to do is fly business class. Not just for the fact of being able to experience luxury. I actually wanted to feel worthy of being able to experience that, because I've grown up from quite a poor background, and just things like that, flying business class seems so out of reach. I never thought that I'd be the person to be able to experience those things like that, because I just didn't feel worthy. So I really wanted to experience business class because I want to feel worthy. So I would spend hours visualizing how it felt to have that first sip of champagne in business class, what I was eating, the whole run up to it, how I was feeling, excitement, and just being so clear on that vision pushed me towards identifying opportunities in my daily life that were going to bring me closer to that vision. So what started happening is I signed up for a credit card. I started reading articles, newsletters about collecting points, about how to travel in business class. And last August, I actually booked my first business class flight, which I will be taking in February, with my points that only cost me £360. So because I was so clear on that vision, I actually could identify opportunities that were going to make that vision possible without spending thousands of pounds. So my visions are soon about to become reality because I was so clear exactly on what I wanted. So be super clear on exactly what it is that you want. Step 3 is really important here. You are going to change your language and the way that you speak, because words matter so much. The way that you speak about your dreams can either push you towards them or push you away from them. Words have so much power because what you think, you start to believe. And manifestation is actually something we do every single day. In the same way that you positively manifest your dreams and desires, you can actually also negatively manifest the things that you don't want. When you use positive language, it invites possibilities. But when you use negative language, it creates barriers. So for example, if you dream of going to the Maldives and you say things like, I can't afford the Maldives, I can't afford that, that's too expensive, I'll never be able to go there. That is really creating such a barrier between you and your dream trip to Maldives. But if you start saying things like, well, going to the Maldives isn't within my budget right now. Do you see the difference? And do you see how one just creates a barrier that is in your way, whereas the other one keeps the space open? So if you're speaking in a way that is positive and open, you will naturally create room for opportunities to flow into that space. But if you are straight away just shutting the door, then that door is always going to stay shut. And if you constantly say things like, I can't afford this, I can't afford this, you will carry that narrative all throughout your life and just not get rid of it. So for example, for me, I always used to dream of going to Japan. Like Japan was like number one destination for me, but I was the sort of person, like I'd be too embarrassed to even say like, yeah, Japan is number one on my bucket list, but it's so expensive, I will never ever be able to go. And what that created in my mind is this perception that Japan was just so out of reach. It was the most expensive country ever. And because people around me would say like, oh yeah, Japan, it's such an expensive country, like I took on that narrative. Then I started changing my behavior, and then I started changing my language, and I started saying, you know what, I can't wait for the day that I get to experience Japan. And what I started doing was actually seeing opportunities in every single day life where Japan seemed possible. Like I would even start seeing TikToks of, you know, when people say how much I spend in the day in Japan or how much things cost in Japan. Whereas previously I would have just scrolled past that because I would have been like, that's too expensive. But my mind was so open. And then eventually what happened was I actually got an opportunity to run my own group trip to Japan. So I didn't just get to go to Japan, I got to bring other women with me and make their dreams come true as well. And now we have completed 3 girls only Japan group trips in 2024, and we have 3 coming up for 2025. And honestly, after visiting Japan, I'm so annoyed that I spent so long of my life with that narrative in my head, because actually it was such a trip that was possible. When you're actually there, I was drinking beers for like £2. I was eating ramen for £3. You can't get ramen for £3 in the UK, and it's definitely not as good as in Japan. I just was so ashamed of how closed off I was to that experience for such a long time, because had I been open earlier, then maybe that trip would have happened earlier. This really just goes to show how your words shape what you believe, and what you believe shape your actions, and your actions really do just shape your reality. So just changing your narrative and how you talk about your dreams and your visions on a day-to-day basis can really influence whether those dreams come true or not. Open yourself up to possibility, change your language, and just watch how the universe responds. Now, step number 4 is you are going to stop doing things that do not serve you, okay? When you are constantly doing things that make you feel shit, then the universe is only going to reward you with that because you're showing the universe, hey, this makes me feel shit, but I'm going to keep doing it anyway. It's a cycle. So when you behave in a certain way, you're basically telling the universe, hey, this is what I'm available for. And the universe is going to be like, cool, we'll give you more opportunities to make, because that's what you're available for. So you want to, in this step, really take a step back and do a little habit audit. Like, what are some things that you do in your day-to-day life that you're just like, you know what, why do I keep doing this? It makes me feel shit. It doesn't serve me. I need to stop doing it. So for example, are you someone that goes out every single fucking night and gets fucked up at the pub, and then on Saturday morning you're like, why the hell did I do that again? I feel like shit. I'm never drinking again. And then you're gonna go out next Friday and do the same thing anyway. You might think how is that even relevant to travel? But well, it is, because you're doing something that you're not enjoying and you're spending money, which is obviously bringing you further away from your goal and your dream. Like, why would the universe then reward you with, say, an opportunity to go to Europe on a city break if you're just prioritizing going to the pub every Friday night? Like, it's not going to do that, obviously. It's going to give you more opportunities to go to the pub. And listen, I am by no means not being judgmental. If that is what you enjoy doing every Friday night, then that is great, if that aligns with who you want to be. But if it doesn't, that's when it's an issue. So what can you actually do instead? Well, you can be intentional with your choices. So instead of going to the pub every single Friday, why don't you just go once a month? And then on the other Fridays, say you're going to host a dinner party for your friends and you're going to cook Spanish tapas for them, or you're going to do a Greek bring a board night. You're already tapping into that little sense of wanderlust by doing little things like that, and you're just showing the universe, like, you know what, this is what I want, this is what brings me joy, and I am so grateful for this. And the universe is going to reward you with way more opportunities like that. So spend your time and your energy doing things that fuel your vision, not ones that fuel a vision that you genuinely don't want. Step 5 is the fun bit, but it's also the hard bit. So you're actually going to make a real life vision board. Well done, congrats on making it this far. You are just one step away from really living your best travel life in 2025. You've reflected, you've gotten clear on your vision, you've changed the way that you talk, you've ditched your nasty habits, and next you're going to really get even clearer on your vision and make a vision board. Because now it's time to turn your dreams into something that's actually tangible. So when it comes to vision boards, I actually like to make loads of different vision boards, and usually for me they just look like a mind map with some words and some statements on a piece of paper when it comes to different areas of my life. But when it comes to travel, I think you really need to use pictures. Photos are necessary when it comes to travel, for sure. Why? Because photos prime and activate the areas of your brain that actually make this experience feel real. So have you ever heard of the yellow car phenomenon? Okay, so I bet if you walked outside of your house and went on a walk for 10 minutes right now, you would not notice the colour of a single car driving past. But say you do it tomorrow and I said to you, oh, I would really love to have a yellow car in the future, you'd probably walk out and see loads of yellow cars if there were yellow cars driving past you. And that is because I have primed your brain to spot that. And this is exactly what a vision board helps your brain do as well. So make sure that you're using photos of like flags, of like scenes, beach, coconuts, snow, ski, whatever it is that you really truly vision. You can do this really easy on Canva. What I do is I just download loads of photos from Pinterest, put them on Canva, and then save them as like my screensaver on my phone or on my desktop. Or you could actually even just make this vision board and put it away, because just looking at those images and putting them on your vision board is actually enough to imprint that into your mind. By doing so, you're really imprinting your goals into your subconscious. And then what your brain will start to do is recognize stimuli in your everyday life that bring you closer to that vision. So say perhaps you put up a photo of you stood outside the Torii Gates in Japan, and then tomorrow you see an ad on your socials of exactly that, the Torii Gates in Japan. Your brain will be like, wait, hey, I recognize this, you'll be intrigued, you'll click on it, you'll read more. You might not book a trip to Japan, but you'll be a step closer to making that dream happen. Honestly, girl, take this shit seriously because this is your life. I know people see on Instagram all the time like, hey, make a vision board night with your bestie and all of this. No, do it your fucking self. Get real with yourself. You know, take that shit seriously. You can fucking manifest whatever you want. You know, this isn't just a fun arts project. This is your fucking life. And that's it. So those are the 5 steps to manifesting your best travel dream life in 2025. This is something I do on a regular and continuous basis, and this is how I have manifested pretty much everything I have ever wanted. Last year I took 36 flights, I traveled to 18 countries, all of which were my dream countries and on my bucket list. I am so proud of you for getting it to this far and for taking the time out of your day to really invest in your future by watching this video. Now I want to hear from you. Comment down below and tell me about your dream destination that you want to manifest in 2025. Remember, this is part of the manifestation process. By commenting your dream destination, you're actually showing the universe, hey, this is what I want, give it to me. I'm all about sharing the manifestation energy with you, and for me personally, one trip I'm manifesting is a trip to South Africa. I really want to go to Cape Town. I really want to go to a safari. So I'm hoping that happens this year. If it doesn't, I'll be okay with it happening in 2026 because I know it will happen. If you are currently wanting to travel the world but you're feeling overwhelmed, anxious, you don't have anyone to go with, then don't forget about our Females Flying Solo group trips. We currently have trips to so many amazing destinations like Greece, Japan, Costa Rica, Australia, name a few. I will drop the link down below. Females Flying Solo. Make sure to check us out if you have any questions or anything like that. I'm always available for DMs or just comment below and I will get back to you. Manifesting your dream travel year in 2025 isn't just about ticking things off your bucket list. It's honestly about stepping into the most fearless, adventurous, confident version of yourself. You've got this. I can't wait to see where your 2025 travels take you. If this video inspired you, then don't forget to comment, like, and also hit the bell so you don't miss the next one because I'm going to be bringing out more educational style videos like this as well as some travel vlogs in between my travels. Let's make 2025 the year that we live all our best travel lives together. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next video.